Alright, so the tariff war to end all wars is upon us. That's right, Donald Trump is slapping the tariffs on every country, putting a red tag sale on every single country, saying you either get with it or you're out of it. Why is my question. Back through empires of the past, they've all played with this idea, and it doesn't work. It doesn't benefit anybody. Ticks people off, makes people turn against each other and really cause a war. And maybe this is what the plan is all along. Or maybe it's not. This is not going to end well for anybody. If you have families that have certain goods that they need to survive, I would suggest stocking up on those, because you're not going to want to pay the prices that are coming down the road for these goods. If you think your houses are going to get cheap, they ain't going to get cheap. Lumber is going to get expensive. The raw materials to make nails and screws and drills, hard hats, that's all going to get expensive. Day-to-day necessities are going to go up in price. Sure, you're going to see gas prices shoot down, but it's only a temporary fix too. That's a band-aid with a dam of many cracks. There's not enough mighty putty in the world to coat the dam with many cracks that it has. This is going to end very badly. This is not going to end peacefully. This is not going to end in a resolution where they can just say, okay, we agree and we're done. This is going to have ripple effects for a very, very long time. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it. But those who know their history are along for the ride. And that's where we are now. We're along for the ride. The politics of this is years upon years of government failures. It's also to do with corporations too. Even your mom and pop corporations that held out for years, who are wishing that the good old days come back, they're just as guilty, because they're not helping to spur industry. What they help is their necessary survival of themselves, and that doesn't work. What is going to come of this? Because it's not going to be a world that we remember as a good one. You think the old COVID was a bad time. It was astronomical price hikes. You just wait until this hits. This is going to be some price hikes that you'll be able to tell your great-grandchildren about. See, tariffs is nothing more than a tax. That's all it is. If you go to your employer tomorrow and you ask them for a raise and they give you 50 cents, or they give you $1, or they give you $1.50, that won't even cover what's going to happen in the future of this tariffs. Not even close. Now, I supported Trump. I do. But this is one thing that I say he's hit it right on the nail on the head. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. But who am I? I'm just a guy on YouTube. Just start creating the jobs here and saying, heck with all the jobs that were overseas. How about that? How about we just get rid of the red tape here to make the jobs happen again? Won't happen. Not just because of bureaucracy, but because everybody knows, even if they don't want to tell you, they all know the big problem is human labor. And they need to get rid of that. And this tariff will spur that growth of getting rid of human labor. This AI program called Stargate will dramatically increase the no need to hire more humans in the workforce. I mean, you're already seeing it in certain companies right now, like Caterpillar, John Deere, Amazon, VW, Ford, General Motors. They're all knocking on your window. And they're all saying, this is what we're doing. Only you got the blinders up. You're like, I don't see what you're talking about. I think everything's good. The roaring 20s are coming back. We're going to have millions of men, millions of women in the workforce again. Blood, sweat, and tears again. All the homeless are coming off the street because they have a point and purpose now in life. Because they're coming back in the factory. It's not going to happen. The jobs that will come back will literally have a quota of how many they're going to hire. The jobs that are come back are literally going to tell you how much they're going to hire. And that's it. The rest of it all is going to be automation. The rest of it all is going to be robot. As a matter of fact, you can look at the healthcare system. And that right now is slowly seeing it happen. Even though there was a great pushback, now they're like, well, we're using machines to help our healthcare workers, so it's not replacing. Bullcrap. Just look at the company UB Tech. That is nothing to do with bringing in humans with that company. You can look at the Fortune 500 companies and see a report and look at the report. It's over 50% of companies that say, I want a robot, not a human. I want artificial intelligence software, not a human. Trade war will just escalate this. He'll escalate it because the companies that are in these third world countries will literally say, well, we got a tariff on it. We don't need these people anymore. Boom. Well, we still want productivity though, so let's slowly bring in the humanoid robots. They can do this job. Trade war's over. Well, we don't need those humans anymore. We got the bots. This is a nightmare. And I know my job is going to be secure for a good while because they run some old machines out there. And they won't diversify until they have to. And that is the one special thing about capitalism. It's not just the freedom of choice, but it is also because you're not told as a company you have to get new machines like China, Russia, Great Britain, even Canada. Capitalism says, well, you know, if it still works, keep on going. Even though a machine is literally 80 years old, on his dying legs, already paid his debt to society, but you still want to crank out like it was brand new 1936 again. That's insanity. Pure insanity. You know, that's the one thing that companies that do not change will go under because of. They will go under because those humanoid robots will have to get new machines for them to work. It will not be a CNC with a monitor. It'll be a CNC with a plug-in tablet for a human operator. But after it's done, it'll plug out, and then the robot takes care of the rest. And when I speak of a human operator being there, you're going to have a 4-acre facility that might have 10 people in it. And one of those 10 people is going to be the general manager, and the other one is going to be the quality control inspector. And the rest of them are going to be average Joe workers. And that's it. Maintenance people will be on call. Tool and die people will be on call. Shipping and receiving, that'll be outsourced to a different company, so they'll come in and get all their stuff and that'll be it. Primarily just picking up, because you'll have a robot tow motor that'll have everything set aside for them. Until they get the artificial intelligence to actually make it safe for semis to be on the road without drivers, and it can pick up its own load. That'll be it. All this is going to do is escalate companies to think out of the box. And once these companies think out of the box and figure out things that they really didn't care to figure out because, hey, it's the good old days still, you know, we ain't got to worry about that. Then you'll be in trouble. All of you will be in trouble for it. Because they won't need you. So that's all I have for this episode, so pretty depressing news, I know. So if you guys like this content, please give a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you would, please. Don't forget to tap that notification bell. That way the algorithm knows that you like this content. Alright, take care. Later.